beautiful Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, California. It's an MASL Sunday afternoon as the San Diego Strykers return to the Golden Skate to take on their rivals from up the I-15, the Empire Strykers. And a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Tony Sanchez, Craig Elston on hand with you. With 6 weeks to go after this weekend's action in the Major Arena Soccer League, we have never seen a tighter or more competitive table. Just 3 points separating the top 3 teams, 4 points separating the top 4. And it's a battle all the way through from 1st to 8th place. So with that as a backdrop, we present for you match 5 of 6 between the Strykers and the Strykers. Two teams, Tony, that have proven to be very, very much each other's equal.
Yeah, absolutely. It has been competitive as it's been since these two teams met in the 2021 Ron Newman Cup. Each team has beaten each other at away matches, but this game is going to be important for Empire Strykers as they are trying to break a 3-game losing skid as the San Diego Strykers have won 4 in a row. This is going to be an important match to see if they're going to be able to go ahead and be competitive here towards the latter half of the season.
Let's take a look at what's going on with both clubs and spotlight a couple of key players. And for San Diego, we will start with the man who had the shootout goal to lift them to a win just last night in Kansas City, Missouri. That's Charlie Gonzalez.
Charlie Golazo, he's one of the talisman for the San Diego Strykers this season. He scored, like you said, the winning goal in a shootout with a left-footed shot to the right side of the goalkeeper, but he also had an assist and a go-ahead assist for the tying goal. He's going to be that player in those clutch moments for San Diego tonight.
Meanwhile, for Empire, a team that's really struggled to score all season long. It's a big part of the reason why they are 5-9 right now. Team made a trade this week with Utica to bring in a player we saw in our last broadcast. Barbaro Chalier now up front.
Acquired by Empire for undisclosed fee. He's now scored 11 goals and 15 contributions, leading Empire. The big target man's going to have an important task tonight to see if he can acclimate more and more to this offense.
Well, last night's epic win took an epic toll on the San Diego Strykers roster, and travel put another notch in the belt. Nick Ferrara will have that story for you in his pre-match hit on the other side of this break. Then we bring you the starting lineups and the opening kickoff between the San Diego Strykers and the Empire Strykers. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV.
Is it normal to sweat this much?
This is awful.
This is a mean sweat.
Quit looking at me, Susan.
When was the last time I ate something planted? It's not that I don't like vegetables.
Doctor,
I
help
said
with this.
stop
I
looking
can't
at
pay for a nutritionist.
Why is this always such a whole big thing?
With nutrition counseling included, staying on top of your health doesn't have to be a whole big thing. Kaiser Permanente, healthcare that just works.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
To hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Frontwave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members take their financial plans to the next level. Because our value and values run deep, and we'll always fight for you with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Frontwave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. We got you.
It's a Sunday afternoon at Frontwave Arena. The San Diego Strykers and the Empire Strykers ready to do battle. There you see our on-field officials, Fernando Pena and Rich Grady, ready to conduct the coin flip. There it was. Along with Tony Sanchez, I'm Craig Elston up in the booth. Let's go down to the field and welcome in Nick Ferrara.
The San Diego Sockers are back in the cozy confines of Frontwave Arena after playing less than 24 hours ago versus the Kansas City Comets in the middle part of the country. The fortunate news was they picked up a stunning overtime, thrilling victory to keep their streak alive against the first-place Comets. However, someone else returned to the lineup, and that would be the injury bug, as a decimated roster is back here in San Diego tonight, looking to put the pieces together and somehow continue the streak against the crosstown rival Empire Strykers. We'll see if that bug can go to bed. Craig, Tony, back to you.
Thank you so much, Nick. We'll check in with you for halftime and post-match interviews. Let's take a look at these two clubs at a glance. Empire checking in at 5-9, 14 points. That puts them 7th in the table. San Diego 9-4-1, 26 points. Currently 3rd, but very deceivingly so. Kansas City, having played 3 more matches than the field, could be in an effective 5th place. That was something Joseph Reyna was writing. Arena running off now that the ball's been captured. Replaced by Craig Childs with Leo, Pereira, and Morales on the power play unit. Charlie Gonzalez, of course, the quarterback. Minute 15 on the man advantage. Charlie creeping forward, trying to feed it all the way into Leo. De Lima was able to gather it off of the white turf of the crease.
De Lima not happy with the coverage because Leo almost got a foot on that, and if he does, that's going to be all she wrote for this power play and a goal.
I'd like to thank everybody who suffered through a couple audio issues. We had a remote platform break that our crew had to reroute. And thanks to everybody for sticking with us. Soccer's on the second minute of this power play after Ali Somo was called for tripping. Shorthanded, Palmer's playing it off the wall to himself. Serta trying to clear it out, and instead the Strykers get the ball with 45 seconds left in San Diego's power play. This is what San Diego did to Kansas City last night. Possessing. Look at this. Almost a Pereira giveaway for an Alami shorthanded goal. Put it right to Alami's feet, but the angle was too tight for Munir to shoot it past Lindquist. Well, maybe they can salvage the last 20 seconds because the first minute 40 is not heading to the Louvre. Not even in the back of the Louvre. Pereira. Charlie. Nick. Back to Charlie. Little space. And he rings the crossbar. Leo sweeps it back. 4 seconds still on the power play. Somo about to run out. Here he comes. Power play's over. Attack can continue, but instead, Sudith is tripped up by Pereira along the wall.
Well, if you're Empire, you are breathing a sigh of relief there because the Sockers did not take advantage of the opportunities that they had, and even looked like they had 5 on the floor instead of the Sockers.
Great to see Ben Raymond back out there. This is just his second match of the year. He's been dealing with a back issue that really shelved him throughout most of December, January. Just started getting better to start training here in February. Under 3 minutes to go in a first quarter that has been fitful at best. I think it was scheduled to be as such. Capelli Sport is the official exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. You can visit MASLsoccer.com and shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. Gratterall, the goal scorer, wearing Capelli along with the rest of the Strykers. Soccer's outfitted by Flight Sports, F-L-I-T-E. Gratterall and Empire working at midfield. Stinson asking for room to attack, kind of like an NBA All-Star saying, give me an isolation lane.
And what you don't see is Clayton De Lima moving up. He's staying on his side, looking towards the bench, even asking for some guidance on this style. But right now, Empire and Stinson.
Stinson trying for the give and go with De La Torre. De La Torre instead steps out and shoots, and it's cleared by Salazar, and it stays in, just barely. But that avoided a defensive clearance. Gratterall put a goal in that nice. You wonder how he only scored one, you know. Here's Chavez forward to Isaac Somo of the athletic Somo brothers. Dyerson counting down to 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Perez. The Major Arena Soccer League's proud to be collaborating with the American Heart Association to present Play with Heart Month. You can visit heart.org and learn how you can support heart health. Soccer's next home game will be their official Play with Heart game. They'll be wearing armbands that'll then be auctioned off as an asset to benefit the AHA.
Well, heart rate must have been up yesterday in Kansas City after
No kidding.
a wonderful match. But now it's just you start to see the remnants of that very well hard-fought match that the Sockers had to play. And Empire playing a little Sockers ball, maintaining possession. Watch out.
Brayman with a steal. This is the 15th minute, live in the first quarter. Oh, and then Serta passed to where he thought a player would be, and the team was clearing, and he almost gave it for a breakaway the other way. Mendez was able to track it down.
Some lapse in concentration that, fortunately for the Sockers, didn't end up in a one-on-one versus Lindquist.
minutes. Serna hops off and Leo hops on. He'd seen enough. Leo, header try by Childs. I think he was trying to head it to Felipe. Back across, STFC style. 15 seconds. Can Mendez create one chance? Mendez to his left foot, right post and out. Childs was looking at it. If he had stuck his foot out, he would have had the rebound. And with a last-second shot grab by Lindquist, the first quarter comes to an end. Well, much as you might expect, a Sockers team that is half guys who didn't play yesterday and half guys who spent the overnight traveling seemed a bit disconnected in the opening 15. Empire has the 1-0 lead. We're back with second quarter run from Oceanside, California after this quick timeout across your MASL TV outlets.
At Frontwave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Is it normal to sweat this much? This is awful. This is a mean sweat. Quit looking at me, Susan. When was the last time I ate something planted? It's not that I don't like vegetables. Doctor, I said stuff. I can't pay for a nutritionist. Why is this always such a whole big thing?
With nutrition counseling included, staying on top of your health doesn't have to be a whole big thing. Kaiser Permanente. Healthcare that just works.
Parents, if we're on screens too much,
What about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the city.
Getting ready for the start of the second quarter here from Frontwave Arena. Lively Sunday afternoon crowd. The visitors from Empire with a 1-0 lead. Well, we've never seen a tighter league, as we said in the broadcast open, than we've seen right now. This is the battle for the shield as we take a look at that last shot by Mendez behind him. And oh, so close. Yeah, left and almost right and left post. You got Kansas City at 28 points, Milwaukee at 27, San Diego at 26. Kansas City, importantly, has played 3 more games. I mean, they're 9-8. It's hard to be first place 1 game over 500. So that's the only sense in which that first place is a bit illusory. Milwaukee plays tonight in Tacoma, tomorrow at Empire. San Diego, of course, with this game, and they played yesterday. So these 3 teams can shuffle back and forth in the final 6 weeks, Tony, but only 2 will get first-round byes in the playoffs.
Yeah, Milwaukee, pound for pound, probably the best team currently in form. And the Sockers are coming back from their health stints and recovering as well. And they've been able to put together a couple of good 4 wins in a row as a foul gets called on Gonzalez.
Monier Alami committing the foul against Gonzalez. And here's Felipe running up the northern wall. 2 teams switch sides in terms of attack. Sockers attacking right to left and Empire left to right across your screens. Leo with Charlie Gonzalez, Felipe Gonzalez, no relation. Nick Pereira holding the ball right there with a double team around him. Luis Morales is roaming down low, hoping to spring open for a shot. The sniper with 7 goals in 5 games. Here's Felipe.
And a lot of patient defensive positioning by Empire, just waiting for those windows to just come and close them immediately, but no real significant looks at goal so far in this early going.
He's got a chance, a baby bouncer that Clayson DeLima is able to scoop up easily. DeLima calls his own number for outlet, dribbles across the yellow line and sends the ball all the way forward. Thrower was knocked down by Steven Chavez, ex of the Texas Outlaws, a team that's taken a break this year. MASL did a great thing in paring back some of the clubs at the bottom, allowing the wheat to grow and the chaff to be separated. And we've got the most competitive, entertaining, every game close, different storylines each week. It's an absolute joy watching this 25-26 MASL season. The battle between Gratterall and Charlie, won on the south wall by Gonzalez. There's a winner by trade, TST $1 million goal scorer last summer in Cary, North Carolina. That's why you knew when he stepped up in the shootout last night, he was going to be able to finish. Leo to the captain, Craig Childs. Childs sends a one-touch pass looking for somebody in the middle. Ruggles was able to keep it alive, but he didn't have any room to shoot. Juan Salazar trying for a give and go, but the Sockers are pinned to offensive midfield right now, running a three-man weave up high. Second minute's already gone from the second quarter. Here's Pacheco off the wall. Childs didn't get enough. One-show saved off the ground. Berto saves it away to deny San Diego's goal. Corner kick coming up.
A great piece of defensive work by Empire Strykers as the best option and the best chance for the Sockers right here. Great save and on the floor coming in, putting bodies, and another save.
Another try. DeLima was able to block it away, and then Charlie's second chance bid was wide. Morales crashing in. Childs did some good work down low there for San Diego. And of course, even though he's the oldest leg on the field, he's one of the fresher legs today because he didn't take the Kansas City trip. Childs sends it forward to Ben Raymond off the bench with Mendez to his right. Sebastian Mendez at 6 men on the field for San Diego. Yeah, no, they're all still there. Penalty on the Sockers. Craig passed it forward to Raymond, who ran on, but nobody ran off for him. And San Diego goes a man down.
Bench minor penalty, San Diego, too many men, 2-minute power play.
Sockers caught wide-eyed at the opportunity for a counterattack, and too many of them wanted the chance to come back and try to tie this game in that moment. Just a mental lapse there on the bench and the substitutions.
So a Strykers gift power play begins with 12:17 left in the half. It'll count either to 10-17 or to Empire's second goal of the game. This aspect of special teams statistically is where Empire is on the back foot. The Strykers are 8th of 8 teams in power play efficiency, 2 for 11. Interestingly, all of their power plays, and this is their 12th, have involved pulling their keeper and going to a 2-man advantage, and yet they've only converted at 18%. San Diego has killed 16 of 19, 84%. That's best in the league. Lindquist pins it against the Olympus Movement Performance dasher board and then throws out a distribution perfectly inside the third line, headed up by Pacheco. Minute 15 left in the man advantage, cleared out by Empire. This is going to be a top of the arc chance for San Diego. Now here's the risk reward, Tony. You bring out who they're bringing out. Childs, Pereira, Leo, and Charlie. They're playing a man down on the kick. And if they don't score, all of these cats have to run off the floor. So this is a very interesting call. In fact, Morales will take Leo's place. Here's Nick. He's just going to crank it into the wall. He scored on a goal just like that in Baltimore earlier this year. But now, can the Sockers possess the ball at all? The answer is a quick no. And Pereira, in fact, who Charlie thought would chase it, said, "What are you doing? Get out of here." And he ran back to the bench. That was funny, halfway through the penalty.
Very interesting there from the Sockers and their strategy. And, quickly, I think the best case scenario on the other side, no counterattack, but still, you still have 44 seconds on a power play that you have to defend very well. And it seems like the Lima wants to come off once again.
And now Palmer comes on, but it took a while, and now he comes off, and Brian Orozco comes on. And all of a sudden, they just switch goalkeepers in flow, which is fascinating. Very tough for the statistics folks to track that. I hope they saw it. Fabian off the wall, past Alami's foot. De Leon, George De Leon, 15 seconds left in the power play. 10:30 on the game clock. Stinson creeping in. 8 seconds now. Back to Andy Reyes. Empire rotating, not looking dangerous. 3 seconds and 2. About to come out is Ben Raymond. He's out as he runs back into the play. San Diego now at even strength. And Empire really had one kind of look during that entire 2 minutes. That was a wall pass by Fabian that Alami was about a foot away from. Foul called against Empire. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, articles, and more. Check it out. Joseph Reyna's latest around the league is up. Latest from Michael Lewis as well, highlighting Omar Silla, pardon me, of Baltimore. Just did that off the top of my head, sorry. And lots more. Check it out, MASLsoccer.com. Wow, Leo with a big intervention there with De La Torre, but Empire still comes forward. Pereira then steps in, so does Pacheco. The ball does come loose. Nick's trying to roll it through three. He does. He's got Juancho 2v2 with Pacheco. Juan Salazar's shot was blocked. He tries to drink it back through Alan Perez. Perez takes it away for Empire. 9.5 left in the second quarter. Ruggles, Pereira, all the way back up to Nathaniel Lindquist. Boris Pardo is on the bench for San Diego, but unlike the match in Utica where he came in midway around this time in the second quarter with the team down 3, don't expect to see that today. Morales. There was some thought of not suiting him up today, but that would require activating Chris Toth, who's not medically cleared yet, so it's kind of a devil's bargain for Phil Salvaggio. The decorated head coach of the San Diego Sockers, who's won 196 games in his MASL career, 4 from 200. Leo trying to push through. Leo still has it, but he's been warded into the corner by Empire. Leo with just a wild solo run. And then Drew Ruggles blasts one off Somo's leg that goes just as fast into the crowd, and is a reminder of why you buy those front row seats. It's so you can maybe get hit in the face. Morales. People like it. It's fun. Morales. Try it for yourself. De La Torre. And Perez. And a counterattack. De La Torre's got the angle. Perez is going to shoot. He was hoping for that to be a Wallace Scora pass, but it came out far too high and wide. Luis Morales tracks it down for San Diego. And they're clean whites. What a pretty clean white kit. Now just imagine if you poured like a michelada all over it. Then you'd have DFC's kits.
The new Unity kit, but nah, I like the classic look that the Sockers bring, and still waiting a little bit of classic Sockers play to come into this match. We've seen them up the tempo a little bit in a couple last plays, but Empire also having the ability to counterattack quickly is maybe putting that into question, whether you want to commit.
Look out. Look out indeed. Lindquist thought he was going to control. He will find a way with those big old bear paws at 6'1", 200. The 27-year-old somehow got out of the situation. Arm bar being applied by Chavez. Ronda Rousey approves. Here's Stinson coming forward. Stinson's shot blocked right into Fernando Pena, our official. Fernando's trying to avoid. That's another fun perk of the job. So you get to be part of collisions. Back to Gratterall as the Strykers possess. 1-0 still. Orozco's still in. Not sure DeLima did anything wrong. It's just really confusing to me, but I'm sure there's a method to Onua Abasi's madness on this.
I really haven't seen the goalkeeper Orozco's strategy being implemented since he came on too much. But maybe that's that midpoint between classic indoor play and the Obasi way that they're trying to find a balance with.
Chavez trying to back and forth Raymond, but he got his hand up. The foul will be called on Ben and allow a free kick from the northern wall. The lights are bright, the fans are loud. It is Empire in San Diego, and you can stream it live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, love it again. Make sure to favorite your team and get instant updates on every game. Andy Reyes and Fabian. Yeah, Reyes is just going to run by. This is Fabian's job to blast it right off of Mendez. out of play, and that'll lead us to our second media timeout. 6:57 remaining in a first half that feels as sleepy as the Sockers do coming back from Kansas City overnight. It's 1-0 Empire. Back with more action next on MASL TV.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Frontwave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members build equity and refinance with confidence. Invest in your future with a commercial real estate loan. From residential investment properties to industrial real estate, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Frontwave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
To hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd at the San Diego.
Well, we've said it before and we'll say it again. Where would the Sockers be in this season without Boris Pardo? Pardo power ended in terms of that starting streak. Nathaniel Lindquist starting today, but tied for first in the league in wins, third in goals against, second in save percentage, all-time MASL leader in starts and wins. But last night, just another one of those vintage performances, 18 saves in regulation and overtime, but 3 for 4 defending shootouts where you expect the opponent to score at least half the time on a shootout. He stopped 3 of 4. The last one he stopped with his face. The third different time his head was contacted by a well-struck ball in the game. He had an evil smile almost, like wicked delight that he was able to get through that. But, combine that effort with a plane flight today, you'd be crazy to ask him to jump back in net. So it was a perfect time for Natty Lindquist to get his feet wet. And we'll see if San Diego can keep up the defensive intensity. Here's Munir Alami down low. It's Reyes back, and right as I say it, it dissipates. And it was Empire able to work right around the San Diego defense as if they were all orange traffic cones. Perfect little drill here for Reyes and Alami for the goal.
We see Alami not having a lot of pressure, nobody stepping up to give that window a close, and the Sockers give enough space and, give credit to Empire for a well-executed play, crashing into the middle right there. Boom.
Actually, Stinson on that. I take it back. That's Justin Stinson on that goal for Empire at 8:49.
We're talking about a Herculean effort individually from Boris Pardo. A lot of these players, again, had to make the goals happen as well. And we're on that same flight and on that same travel day to come back and ask them to play against one of the youngest, freshest teams in terms of age and legs.
Yeah, it's a real ask. 8th goal of the year for Stinson. We looked at this game weeks ago and said this has got to be a win for Empire. And similar to when Tacoma came in and the club was decimated by injury, and we said this has got to be a win for Tacoma, and it wound up being an overtime loss. San Diego, I think, to be perfectly honest, something like an overtime win would be a great result in a day like this. And if they do lose, they're going to be very disappointed about it. But Empire, who has to play tomorrow, they've got their own back-to-back, but the travel is just, an hour and 40 up the highway. It's no big deal. Chavez shot blocked by Lindquist, who left his feet to do so. And the handball, called against Empire. Drew Ruggles talking to Rich Grady. I was seeing a video that I did not see in the run of play yesterday, Tony, and Drew got hit for his second blue card, 6th card of the season. People probably on the Kansas City side thought, oh man, why did he charge that player, Henry Ramirez? Ramirez had pulled his hair earlier, and there was no call again, and it just happens to Drew game after game after game after game that someone thinks it'll be cool to pull his dreads. And when it's never spotted, because it's hard to see. Sometimes we've seen a blue card pulled this year, but more times than not we haven't. And then pretty much the only thing Drew can do is commit a foul. And then, of course, he winds up being the one that takes the penalty for it. So just, it's difficult. You know, you make a choice when you bring waist-length dreadlocks into an indoor soccer match. And this is kind of the price you pay. But it's a painful one, to be sure. Lindquist did not intend to pop fly that, much like I did not intend to pop fly my drive off the 11th tee at Mission Trails on Friday, but I did nonetheless. And the ball was findable, just like for me, but then give it away! And Munir Alami misses wide. Mendez gave it for a 1v0.
Couple of just mental lapses here once again, just being a little bit too calm and collected, and ended up losing the ball in a dangerous spot here and giving not just Empire a chance at goal, but once again giving that momentum away. The Sockers need to go ahead and build some of it as they're closing in on the second quarter. Still 2-0. This is just as Empire would like.
Orozco now, here he comes on his patented run. He's into the corner. He's lost the ball. Raymond's in the middle. Raymond got to the yellow line, but Palmer's back there as free safety. And, you know, anybody in the league, Robert Palmer being back there, it's like having 3 keepers.
And it's that strategy once again that, hey, even if you have an open net, it's going to take some time for the players to look up, decide if they have the courage, if they have the positioning, if they're not behind the yellow line to take a shot. You just saw that calculation by Ben Raymond take a little bit too long and give not the best effort at net. But yeah, Palmer in the back, it was still going to be hard to get it there.
I mean, I remember watching Robert Palmer when he was teamed up with Ramon Palmer in Kansas City for years. And they aren't related, but they'd be the Palmer brothers in the back. Oh, look at this steal. Sloppy pass by Wancho. It's 2v1 the other way. Somo needs to lead Fabian. He didn't do it. And that will be a note in the coaching room later. Complete misplay on a 2v1. You've got to have your head up, and you've got to see when you've got a wide open Mexican national superstar leading the way unmarked. Sockers, if they can drag one back this half, it will have actually kind of been successful, all things considered. Sockers playing at about a 1 or a 2 right now. And I don't think 10's in the deck today, and I don't know how many of the higher pip cards are in the deck. But they're going to have to draw something better than this at some point. Very much in it at 2-0. Cerda. Pacheco racing off the bench. Childs, can he get the shot away? It's blocked by Fabian. Counting off the 28th minute, 2 left in the second quarter. Coming up on the MASL TV halftime show, I'll talk to Robert Palmer, one of the greats. Mendez. Plus we'll have MASL in 5. Mendez, shot blocked. Empire's seeing shots, blocking shots, and celebrating those blocks. And San Diego pretty much standing around passing to shoot them into their legs.
Empire's almost challenging the Sockers to go ahead and create something and get frustrated enough to where if there's no more options or if we've passed it through this place too many times, we'll take a shot that's going to go out and potentially have a counter-attacking option for them. But you see it right there. Very patient, not pressing too much.
Morales looked at this. The ball hopped away from him off the boards. Any moment, Fabian says, get me out of here. Quick change at the bench. Any moment like that can spring to a counterattack in the wide open sport of indoor soccer. Serta trying to work on Gratterall and can't get past him, and the foul is called on Dyerson. Clock stops as we've reached the 30th minute. Live at Frontwave Arena, 2-0 Empire leading San Diego. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and San Diego's had very few even looks at goal in the first half. Very few. Morales. And Serta, and really the pass went back of him to Grady. Serta then gets slapped, and the ball is stopped for Empire to capture.
Serta committing a foul on his own, knowing that if that ball goes past him, it's going to be a 2v1 situation anywhere behind, so it was incredibly tactical to commit a foul in that moment.
Orozco sends it right into Lindquist's grasp. A misplay by the adroit keeper. Been in a bit of a slump of late. He was playing at an all-league level through the first 8-9 games of the season, Brian Orozco. One of the halftime guests we've had the pleasure of welcoming on over the course of the year. Hope you've enjoyed all of our visiting team interviews at halftime this year. We're going to keep doing it. Here's Leo. You can hear from our boys on Soccer's Overtime every Wednesday at 6 on YouTube with Tony and I. Leo. Blocked back. Head save Orozco right off the noggin with seconds left. That's how the half comes to an end. He pumps his fists, and the Sockers will trudge to the locker room, trailing 2-0.
Just a point-blank save there by Orozco. Drew Ruggles giving him the props that he deserves for, honestly, being brave enough to stand in front of that. And there wasn't a lot of spaces for Ruggles to maneuver or kick that ball into an angle. They were just very close quarters here to end the half.
In a classic sports exuberance / cluelessness moment, as we watch this, a member of the Empire staff came by and slapped Brian on the head. After that, after he took a soccer ball to the face, he came by and slapped it on the back of the head like, way to go, buddy. It's like, could you not hit my head, please? Like, of all the places that you can hit me right now, you hit me on the head. Unbelievable. 2-0 is our score. Dyerson, Gratterall, and Justin Stinson with the goals. A very slow output quarter, although San Diego was somehow credited with 10 shots in that second frame. Head coach Phil Salvaggio downstairs with our Nick Ferrara. Let's go to them live.
Coach Phil Salvaggio, it was less than 24 hours ago. Your San Diego Sockers were playing against the first place Kansas City Comets, picking up a very impressive victory. But today is another day, a new opportunity to pick up another victory and continue the win streak back here at home. Unfortunately, the injury bug has returned. You're down quite a bit of men. They're obviously a little bit exhausted coming in just out of the airport moments ago, stepping into home right here at Frontwave Arena. Only down 2-0, so we're still definitely in this game. Talk about what you'll talk to them to in halftime with a game plan to come in and get back in this.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we need momentum. We need our crowd. We need everybody. We need to have some more passion out here. You know, it's kind of, I hate to say it, a boring game right now.
We're going to change the board. I'm in here with a little energy from the fans and the players in the second half, correct?
Correct.
Let's get it. Go Sockers. Thank you, Coach Phil Salvaggio.
Thanks a lot, Nick. Appreciate it. It's time for the MASL TV halftime show. Coming up next, a chance to catch up with one of the best to do it in the sport in the 21st century on defense, Empire's captain, Robert Palmer, our guest next. It's 2-0 Empire with the lead.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Frontwave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members grow their businesses with confidence. Whether you need a vehicle to drive your business forward or gear to get the job done, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Frontwave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Frontwave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Claim denied. Denied.
What if insurance, doctors, pharmacies came together and worked as one team?
If you can't get what you want, come with me.
That would be a better idea for healthcare. Kaiser Permanente.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real
close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screening around can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Halftime on MASL TV between the San Diego Sockers and the Empire Strykers. Craig Elston joined by one of the great defenders in the history of this league, Robert Palmer. Berto, welcome back to the house.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, we always get to know each other very well, the Sockers and the Strykers, over the course of the year. 4 matches already, 2 wins for each side, close games either way. How do you see the rivalry this year?
I think it's really good this year compared to, the past years where it's just been loop-sided, just San Diego dominating those series, and this year is just much more competitive, which I think from both fan stand base, it's good to have, and also for the league.
For the Empire Strykers right now, you guys come into today at 5-9. I know on my show I've been saying all year long, I think the Strykers are going to make the playoffs. I think the Strykers are going to take one of these spots. What do you guys feel is the thing that has to, because you've played a very road-heavy schedule so far. It could be as simple as just winning your home games down the stretch, but what are you counting on as the thing to push you guys over the line?
At first, I just think get a win, and then, I always look at indoors just a momentum games, winning the games and also wins, and the more wins you can get, just follow, and the same way on the other side where we either we have a winning streak or we have a losing streak, right? And it's up and down. So I just think winning today would be massive, and then going to I think like a 3 or 4 game home games stretch. So and just collecting points. End of the day, I just think we're the only team so far haven't lost in OT, but kind of just one OT game. Every other team kind of just try to force the game to even overtime. So I just think for us, it's just collecting points, and I'm glad you have confidence in us for making the playoff. Hopefully we can pick it up and prove your words right. So.
I'm occasionally right. I will definitely say that. Robert, yourself, Chad Vandergriff, you kind of trade back and forth in terms of the all-time blocked shots leader. You're one of the guys that's at the very top every year, one of the guys in the conversation for Defender of the Year every year. My question, which I'm sure is one a lot of the fans on MASL TV ask as well, how do you keep yourself in there? Like, what is the mentality to get in between a guy who's putting his laces through the ball to shoot at 80 miles at you and to say, I'm going to stand in between this and I'm going to just take this off my body?
Yeah, it's just something, it's kind of like it become an art, over the years, and just the tendencies of, your players you go against, who like to pass, who like to shoot, and just kind of always put myself in between, just make the goal smaller. If the goalie take the first post, I try to put myself, at the far post and in between my defender just to help the goalie and also can, defend my guy. So it's just something that over the years, and sometimes the ball just, I don't know, just follow me as well. And, and it's just, I just be brave and put my body there. But, and the last day, some of it's kind of luck too, to where, you're just there and the guy just shooting and just, you know what I mean? So, sometimes the luck just follow you, whether you're a goal scorer or you're shot blocker. So.
Last thing, I know you take a lot of pride in your defending. Who are some of the guys in the league that when you see the matchup coming up, you're like, I can't wait for this because I know it's going to be tough, but they're going to be a dog and I'm going to be a dog too?
Going up against, arguably, if not the best, Nick Pereira, is one. I always look forward to Tavoy. It's just 2 different targets. And you add Craig Charles, who, you can't give a sniff around the goal, you know what I mean? Just different type of players, and, you know, just always a battle, you know, whenever playing against them. And then you look at, you know, Kansas City with the double-head monster up there with Ryan and Zach, again, two different profiles. So it's just kind of something where I look at the schedule and kind of look at who the targets are and just, you know, just impose myself whenever I'm on the field and try to do the best I can, because end of the day, it's a team sport, so there's so much that one person can do against these monsters.
Well, trust me, fans, when I tell you this, the forwards are also looking at the schedule and going, I've got Robert Palmer today. It's going to be a tough day. I better get a good night's sleep. Berto, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure to chat with, again, one of the very best, Robert Palmer. We'll come back with MASL in 5, first half highlights and second half kickoff, all down the road here on MASL TV. Thanks, brother.
There's regular cold, and then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Frontwave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Wind 6 miles, runway 6 right, clear to land.
What if insurance, doctors, pharmacies came together and worked as one team?
If you can't get what you want, come with me.
That would be a better idea for healthcare. Kaiser Permanente.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
What's up, soccer fans? Alex Bastiavansky here, back in the MASL studio. Hope everybody had a fantastic week. A lot went down over the past few days in the league, and I'm here to tell you all about it in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
Pinal fires it, saved by Orozco. Another attempt. DeAndrade with the go-ahead goal. Nilton DeAndrade in his return to UCFC. His first game back puts UCFC up. It is now 10-9.
Utica City in Empire to face the Strykers, and this game belonged to Nilton DeAndrade. Playing his first game this season for UCFC, he had 25 goals last year. How happy are they to have him back? Named first star of the game with 2 goals and 2 assists as he scored with just 41 seconds left to give the Blues the win. St. Louis and Tacoma, 2 of the league's feel-good stories this season. The Ambush scored 3 times in the fourth quarter to pull away and take this one 8-5. Utica traveled to San Diego on Saturday to face the Strykers. Bit of California sunshine for them, escaping the harsh Utica winter. First Empire Thursday, then the Strykers, but they had no gas left in the tank for this one. Strykers, full control in this, winning it 11-4, the final score. And then a Tuesday game for an early kickoff to the new week, Kansas City in Milwaukee. And for the 3rd time in 4 meetings this season, it was the Wave emerging victorious. Super Mario Alvarez had 5 points in the contest, 4 goals plus a helper. Milwaukee took down the Comets 10-6. Big news coming out of Utica earlier this week. They announced they have parted ways with head coach Everton Morera. GM Tommy Tanner will temporarily take over as head coach. Everton, a beloved figure in Utica, but they felt it was time for a change with the Blues sitting outside of a playoff spot right now. My MASL Monday co-host Phil Levanco is a Utica resident. He knows the team well. He gives his thoughts on the move and what he thinks the team should do going forward.
So it was a fascinating decision from Utica to let go of their head coach. Frankly, I'm not sure what they expected this year with the roster that they have. Everton did yeoman's work this year. If it was up to me, I would dip into that old guard when Utica showed up in town in 18-19 and pluck from those talents as their next head coach. I think it would spark interest in the fan base. It would revitalize the interest in town, and it's a next step that Utica needs as they try to regain momentum for the playoffs.
Okay, your scoring leaders right now, a change at the top. Rion Marquez, number one now with 33 points, followed by Alex Sanchez with 31. Zach Reggett now in third with 30 points. Super Mario Alvarez with 28, and Sergio Pinal in the top five with 27. Your Capelli Players of the Week, Paulo Nascimento in goal from St. Louis. Junior Pinal from UCFC offensively, and Christian Briggs defensively from the Ambush as well. Let's start with Pinal. What an insane season he's having so far, and it continued last week. 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists in 2 UCFC games. Defensively, Briggs, fantastic game for the Ambush in their win over the Tacoma Stars, including that goal right there. 3 points in the game, 1 tally plus 2 assists. And in goal, Paulo Nascimento, what a game he had against the Stars. Big saves, 16 of them in their win against Tacoma. Time now for your plays of the week.
Stinson trying to find his way offensively in as Orozco is the recipient of the pass, and Brian Orozco finds the net. Turf to Twine.
Not too many, hit a couple of them, but that one, that flying side bot, well, there's a nice goal.
Romero into the top shelf.
I know technically there's not the last man back. Here's Reyes, beautiful move, second move. How about you, Adrian Reyes? Your name in lights.
Keep goes down, no whistle. Varela, Falzoni. Oh, great field vision. How about that passing from St. Louis?
And UCFC have some numbers on the counter. The pass into the left, the cheeky chip, an excellent cheeky chip as Nilton DeAndrade in his return game.
Here's Leo.
Yes, sir!
Leo on the left wing. Leo back and forth he goes to the middle. Goal!
Michon instead gives it to Torrealba! Daniel Torrealba! Spirit things like an errant forklift driver at a whale harpooning expo.
And that's going to wrap things up for this week's show. But just a reminder, all throughout the season, to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the MASL, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
To the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Frontwave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members grow their businesses with confidence. Whether you need a vehicle to drive your business forward or gear to get the job done, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Open an account with Frontwave Credit Union today, and you could get a $350 bonus when you switch. Frontwave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Parents, if we're on screens too much,
What about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari to hang with the coolest, kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen around can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Is it normal to sweat this much? This is awful. This is a mean sweat. Quit looking at me, Susan. When was the last time I ate something planted? It's not that I don't like vegetables. Doctor, I said stop looking at paper nutritionist. Why is this always such a whole big thing?
With nutrition counseling included, staying on top of your health doesn't have to be a whole big thing. Kaiser Permanente. Healthcare that just works.
With 6 miles, runway 26, right, clear on.
A tremendous President's Day weekend wherever you might be, including maybe in a place where it's not President's Day weekend, somewhere abroad on one of our broadcast partners. Here on MASL TV, we're bringing you the San Diego Sockers and Empire Strykers from Frontwave Arena in Oceanside, North County. Let's give a quick look at the highlights from the first half, and there are only a couple. Here's a great one. Dyerson Gratterall curving strike into the right side netting for his first goal of the year. Charlie Gonzalez nails the crossbar, and Leo tried to bring it back to no avail. Sockers and posts were pretty consistent. That was an easy one for Clayson De Lima, who was 5 for 5 and then was replaced by Brian Orozco in the middle of a power play, and then just an easy give and go in the middle. All the Sockers ball watching for 2-0 Justin Stinson's 8th of the year. Let's see what the second half has to bring. Along with Tony Sanchez, Nick Ferrara, and our Amoda broadcast crew, I'm Craig Elston. Our pleasure and privilege to be here with you for this MASL Sunday on MASL TV, Fox Soccer Plus, and all of our broadcast partner outlets. Nick Ferrara gives up the ball in the opening seconds, and our halftime guest, Robert Palmer, stands at midfield. Does battle with another all-league contender in Cesar Cerda. And now it's Justin Stinson to work the ball up the wall. Will San Diego find another gear? Is it there after a travel day that would leave any of us socked out on the couch saying, no calls, please? Here's Palmer. Sockers played, didn't just play, they played 70 minutes. Didn't just play 70 minutes, they did it at Cable Dahmer Arena against one of the league's best teams and one of the great rivalries and one of the great atmospheres, one of the great soccer cities in the country, Kansas City. You play a game that doesn't go 70 minutes, it goes a shootout, then not just 3, 4 rounds. Team dinner at 11 o'clock local time. Here's Somo. Wow! Right over Lindquist and in. And 3-0 Empire at 1:13 on a shot that just found its way home.
A very powerful shot here, plays starting all the way from the back, and almost a counter-attacking opportunity, and just takes this position given on the near post from Lindquist. A powerful shot nonetheless, but you have to ask for a little bit better positioning and to put those hands up by the young goalkeeper. But 3-0 starting the second half, the third quarter. In indoor soccer, you can still come back, and it's nowhere near over. However, looking at what you just mentioned, Craig, those miles traveled, the time for recovery, the same players that were there at Cable Dahmer Arena, it's going to be a tough mountain to climb.
And again, look, it happens for every team over the course of the season. Hasn't really happened for San Diego yet this year, maybe save once. As, by the way, that is the 4th assist of the year for Brian Orozco on Ali Somo's goal. But Empire had the lying in wait advantage. They got to sleep in their beds last night. Here's Charlie, one-handed save Orozco. Bebe, the brother of Charlie, sends it back out to his bro. Gonzalez and the Sockers are down 3. They've been here many times this season, come back to win in Baltimore, in Utica. They can do it here too, but you don't want to go down 4. You want to get the next one. And
maybe, yeah.
Well, just to say, that's maybe the wake-up call that this sleepy team might just need. Ruggles. You know, part of torture is not just the denial of sleep, but the denial of any consistency of sleep. And that's what happened to this club last night. Not back into their hotel rooms until around 12. And if you can imagine the feeling of having played a game like that and you've gone to dinner, you know, you don't fall asleep instantly. You don't just walk in and the clock starts. But they had to get back out of those rooms and be in their lobby by 4:15 local time. Here's Leo trying for a sidewall pass. Then Luis Morales. Morales and Leo still live. Leo crosses. It was behind Pereira, who came in close to the post. Charlie puts it home. The angle he loves so much from the left wing, as Charlie Gonzalez, his 12th of the year, makes it a 3-1 game.
And we saw Charlie Gonzalez attempt a shot from the same position, almost the same speed and power that he put on that last shot, but this one is perfectly placed, looking and taking his spots. Not a powerful shot, but it's placed perfectly for the first goal for the San Diego Sockers. And like you said, maybe that sound of the crowd popping is that alarm to wake up in this third quarter.
Leo's 12th assist of the year on the 12th goal of the year for Charlie Gonzalez. And after conceding at 1:13, they score at 3:02, and this big crowd, which just grew and grew, and is looking like it could rival or even surpass what we had last week for Alumni Night. Let's see what happens. Here's Ali Somo, who just scored. Stinson has scored. Fabian wants to, and then he and Somo collide, and Fabian basically kicked Somo or a piece of the turf. Here's a breakaway. As two players stop, it's 2v1. It's Mendez. The defense is caught up. Sebastian shoots wide to the left. Transition play is in effect right now. Empire changes on the fly instead of trying to press a possible advantage. Battle, 2v1 along the wall, and Perez wins it with Fabian laying back, hoping for a shooting angle. Clock is wrong. It's reset to 15 minutes. And the first quarter, in fact, the entire screen is off and showing 0-0. We'll keep, well, now changed up on that screen too. They're gonna have to stop to fix the scoreboard. And now Orozco and Childs. What was happening, Tony, is that while increasingly, first myself and then the officials became aware that their all-important scoring device had disappeared and been reset somehow, soccer action continued. San Diego was unhappy. They thought they had an advantage pressed. Then Orozco basically said, chill out, or something to that effect, and then he and Childs got into it. Everyone's frustrated. Poor Mary Beth Hughes came running over to try and figure out what's going on, because our record of the match has just disappeared.
This is going to be reset here, but now cards are going to be coming out.
Why is this happening? This is just, you know, fatigue can lead to really poor decision-making as well. This is excruciatingly poor decision-making by Charlie Gonzalez to go, did he just get two?
Correct.
San Diego number 21, misconduct. San Diego 21, misconduct, 10 minutes.
Well, that's a worse and as bad as a decision as you want to put your team in, especially if you're Charlie Gonzalez in this specific moment. Is in a moment of confusion all throughout the arena.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Bless Charlie, but this is one of the most important players on the team, and he just took himself out for the quarter for no reason at all. Just getting lippy in a moment where everyone's trying to fix the clock. It's not about you, bruv.
A neutral situation just turned personal for Charlie, and you know, taking yourself out as the lone goal scorer and the player that was finding spaces and getting into important areas, that's going to be a big blow. Who is going to replace Charlie Gonzalez right now? Well, we'll see whose number that's going to be, as the officials are still looking towards a reset of the match.
Well, we can reset a couple of league topics such as this. You can catch MASL Monday every Monday night, including tomorrow night on MASL TV and the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bastravansky this Monday night will be joined by me, Craig Elston. We'll talk about
there
things
was a
around
clock
the league.
malfunction. We're going to restart. Empire ball at midfield. Game clock will read 11 minutes, 30 seconds.
Should also be the third quarter, and the score should be 3-1. And when all those things happen, we'll be in a good situation. We'll be back to real time.
Well, unfortunately, real time for Charlie Gonzalez as well.
Yes. Play with Heart is part of the Play with Heart month. Commemorative team-signed Play with Heart armbands will be available for auction at maslsoccer.com. You can find them on the league website. All proceeds benefiting the American Heart Association. Play with heart, but you got to play with smarts too.
And if you're Empire, you're almost glad this happened because it does cut the momentum off from the Sockers as they were starting to build into some offensive looks. It's a free timeout, essentially.
I'm reminded of the Minnesota district attorney that said, please put me in contempt so I can get a nap. I'm overwhelmed. I want 24 hours to sleep. I think Charlie wanted 10 minutes. I just need a 10-minute power nap.
Yeah, it's the only rest he's going to get.
10-minute power nap. I could do it. I slept on the airplane. I could do it here. You know, again, I'm not trying to belabor the point, just to illustrate the point. Sometimes you'd say, okay, we'll sleep on the flight. You got a 4-hour flight from Missouri to San Diego. No, they had two-hour flights.
Ooh.
They flew from Kansas City to Denver, up and down. Then they had to transfer planes. Then they went Denver to San Diego, up and down. So at best, you might get an hour, you know, maybe. And that's what it was for this entire team overnight, was an hour's sleep, get back up, and now maybe 20 minutes, then get back up, then an hour's sleep, get back up. Impossible. Here's Juancho. Little space for that lethal left. Can he unleash? He missed. Rebound. Score! Thank Jesus Pacheco to make it 2 straight in a 3-2 match.
This play starts at midfield with a great recuperation by the Sockers, and Juancho Salazar, having the men on his back, needed to look up to take that shot a little bit earlier, finds it. Rebound, Pacheco is there to clean it up. Cut the lead down to 1 for the San Diego Sockers, and that break didn't put the crowd to sleep because they are still in it, and the Sockers are also back in this match.
Pacheco's 5th, Juan Salazar's first assist of the year at 3:52. 2 goals in the 4th minute for San Diego of this quarter. And the lead is down to 1. And the crowd is activated, and that's got to have the blood pulsing for Nate Lindquist and the rest of the Sockers. It's one thing to have that first home start. It's another thing for it to have been a quiet arena, a full quiet arena. Balls, you could hear the net ripple on that last shot by Somo. Now the crowd's into it. Everyone's into it. And this match is in business.
That goal brought to you in part by Juancho, and again, he was the one to clear that ball, get the initial clearance, and follow the play, as it's going to be a foul called on the Sockers. And not for nothing, because it's an arena game, it's still soccer, it's still what it is. There's an advantage to having the crowd on top of the opponents, and that's what you're starting to get here.
And it seeps into the legs of the tired players.
Correct.
It gives them the energy they didn't have before. And that's where we stand now with about 10 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Things have changed dramatically. 3-0 has turned into 3-2. It was 2-0 at halftime. Somo's goal was followed by a brief run of play that kind of just disappeared to history when the clock malfunctioned. They reset it to essentially an arbitrary amount. And maybe you can go back eventually and figure it out. Now what? Now what?
Seemed like Serta
Blue
got
card
a little
on
bit
Serta.
into it. Yeah, stomped on a player on the floor.
Why? Why? Now don't get another one, Cesar.
The key is to make it to the box at this point.
You got to turn around and go to the box. You're a captain on this team. You got to turn around and go to the box.
This was going to be a call, I do believe, a handball in favor of the Sockers. Play stops. There was a collision. We'll see it on the replay here as Fernando Peña is being told exactly what happened in that situation. It's still Sockers' ball.
Robert Palmer is going to come out on the super power play for Empire as Serta goes to the box. Rich Grady comes to the side. He had his yellow card out too. This could be a blue and yellow, which would be even more disastrous. Two of the best players in the league just going to sit and rot in the box for a goodly while on things that were not necessarily related to the run of play.
I mentioned it earlier. This is a mental game for sure, as you see.
Yeah, just a kick. What's the? Why? And then what are you holding the finger up for?
Yeah, I mean, even the crowd oohed and awed in that moment of in disbelief. Yeah, you don't do that.
This could be upgraded.
In all things considered, too, the San Diego Sockers have the ball right now in possession. It's their ball. There was no need for anything.
Now, what Rich Grady's trying to look for is contact. He kind of got low bridged, but blue, yellow. Frankly, I think he got off easy. I thought that could have gone all the way up to red.
I believe so, and got lucky in that moment. But again, this is the last thing you need if you're a San Diego
Empire
Soccer
penalty,
supporter.
number 47, 2 minutes, kicking. San Diego penalty, major penalty, number 29, severe unsportsmanlike manner and kicking. Both teams will play down one player for 2 minutes.
So that's why you saw Rich Grady rewind the film. He saw the
San Diego
foul
ball. San Diego ball.
Incited
I know.
Serta. But then what Serta
need one
did,
more, guys.
and Rich doesn't know his mic's still up.
We need a guy in the box.
But it's true. They
Open
need to
the
have
door.
a player
We need one more in
to
there.
serve Serta's penalty, because Serta has to serve not just 2, but 7 minutes. And of course, in the MASL, yellow cards aren't just the 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes, and you don't get out until there's a dead ball stoppage. Some insight into the communication of the MASL officials. Rich Grady and Arnold Baldo making sure everyone's on page.
We saw some of it in the Kansas City game against Sockers during the video review. Some good insight. That was fantastic.
Well, all of this just unfortunate for San Diego in terms of bad decision making. Nothing necessary about any of it.
Yeah, and the best moment that you're having on the field, the 2 self-inflicted wounds, really. And now you're asking a team that's already tired to have more space to run with one less player on the floor.
This should benefit Empire.
Correct.
Their system works better 5v4 than it does 6v5. Palmer runs forward, something you almost never see. Like, the backbone of the Obasi system is that, yes, Orozco comes forward, but Palmer stays back. And by staying back, Palmer will diffuse 80% of anything that happens. He's a free safety. He can run down the long shots before they get to the net. He can stop the direct attack. Having one of the best defenders ever in the modern game as Stinson's shots wide and gobbled up by Nate. It's what allows it to work at all in the way that it works. Here's Morales. That came down before. It was a throw anyways, not a kick. And Orozco lifts it out to Leonardo de Oliveira. There's 1:20 left on the concurrent blue cards against Antonio de la Torre and Cesar Serra. This Serra has to sit an extra 5 after for a major penalty. Here's Pereira off the bench. A little hobbly, looked like to me. But now he looks smooth on the ball with the double team. Roll out past Felipe, back to Leo. Leo touch to his right. Sockers have 2 goals in this period after falling behind. No! Morales with a shot. Rebound, kicked, kept loose for the moment. Palmer punted it out of there, and here comes Robert forward for Empire. He's in the 2v1 on the counterattack. Sends it to his partner. Stepping up, it's Munir Alami, and he missed. Wide to the right, couldn't put it on frame. Now looking for a secondary chance. Those same 2 players double teaming Morales, but it comes out to Drew Ruggles. 22 seconds on the 4v4. In theory, the Sockers could spread the floor. Couple of changes, 3 changes for San Diego. Both teams changing. Only Ruggles stays on. Pacheco with Adrian Reyes and Mendez. Younger legs. Pereira coming on now. As the penalties expire, Ben Raymond runs out, De La Torre runs out. 5v5.
Nobody lets him know.
Where's the communication? Oh, hang on, what do we got? Nick went down as if he had been hit. I guess he wasn't. Now Raymond sends it back in for San Diego. Everyone needs to calm down for San Diego and stop making unnecessary movement. We got another yellow that's out.
It's going to be 4.
That is on the man who was battling with him, Felipe Dutra, one of the few guys by size who can stand up to Nick Pereira. He just got a yellow.
Empire 44, yellow card, 5 minutes delay of game after a team warning.
Oh, whoops. We're going to take a timeout and hopefully resume soccer after this. 3-2 Empire leading San Diego. MASL Sunday afternoon, Cranky Pants edition for the last few minutes here on MASL.
We must be ready.
When every second counts.
Be ready.
Act fast.
Do not give up.
Push hard. Keep pushing when it's all on the line.
Be there for each other.
Give it everything you've got.
Do more for your team.
Be ready. Stay ready. Call 911. Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Call 911.
There's regular cold, and then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Frontwave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Got you.
Empire made it to the playoffs last year. Onoa Abasi was coach of the year. So why have they been striking out so far in the second half here of the MASL season? I think there's a lot of valid explanations for what's gone on with Empire as they dribble one out of bounds. The first one is just, honestly, the schedule situation. 9 of the first 15 matches away, but the offense hasn't been there. Defense is tied for the best in the league. 5.2 allowed. Empire possesses the ball. They play close, low-scoring games as Craig is unable to handle a ball in midfield, and he turns it over to Empire. Strykers have speed. They have athleticism. They don't have a ton of finish. on this team. And we highlighted a player who turned out to not be in the lineup today, Barbaro Chalier, who they just acquired. Maybe he hasn't made it here yet, but you know, it was usually when you make those type of announcements, the player's already moved in the soccer world, but not this time. But they need some scoring. I mean, it's pretty clear. It's very tough to always be doing this. And we've also seen Anua, I think, change his system a little bit. This is by far the least we've seen the keepers come forward in today's game.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're trying to adjust a lot of players, veteran players, into your play style, it's difficult, but you kind of box out and ice out members like Justin Stinson, Marco Fabian, who hasn't been as successful under this new system in this year, but kind of matching it in the middle. But offensively, they need some more firepower. But right now, the Strykers are the ones that need some offense.
Here's Leo on the edge. Pressure is building. Now he cuts a pass down low. Ruggles back to Felipe, blocked by Chavez, who spins the ball up the northern wall. But meanwhile, we've got a pushing foul against Ruggles. 6:43 left in a third quarter that has seen Empire score to go up 3. Then San Diego scored twice while self-immolating, with Charlie Gonzalez getting 2 dissent yellow cards while the officials were trying to fix the clock. And Cesar Cerda committing an unnecessary over foul after taking a foul himself. Stinson. Trying to take the measure of the man. Did not have an angle to beat Ben Raymond. Marco Fabian now. He's going to give and go. Palmer. Shaded by Mendez. Here comes Orozco. They're almost daring him to come up. Guys have their backs to the south wall. Orozco dancing back as Stinson comes forward. Leo steps over, takes the ball. Then he tried to push one forward outdoor style, and there's just too many guys in front of you to usually do that and get away with it. Empire has it back. Dyerson. Felipe takes it away. Bebe gives it to Ben. And the Strykers can possess. Then the Heat gives it away, and it's Fabian! And Lindquist makes the save, but he gives the rebound up, and it's Leo in the corner. Whew. Back to Felipe. Open is Morales. Along the low wall, he's got it. Double team was able to get there by the time the ball did from Felipe Gonzalez. Up into his hand. A foul was called against Empire. It'll stay to San Diego. They restart. As Empire's changing, can the Strykers take advantage? Ruggles comes on instead. Now everyone's in place late for Empire. Strykers didn't take advantage of that. Pacheco just got the last goal. Morales always dangerous if he can get either one of his feet open. He's very tough to stop when he gets his space.
Empire once again waiting patiently for that move, and now in the counter-attacking situation as the minutes start to roll down, that fitness is really going to start to take much more import.
Ruggles shoots into the corner. Wall pass! Just past Ruggles. Looking for the Wallace Scora. Juancho had a Wallace Scora. 100% to Pacheco. That's what it turned out to be. Even though it was a shot pass, a shot wide, a shot can be a pass in this sport when the goal wall is in play. In fact, if you're watching on Fox Soccer Plus, you know, out of curiosity, I think it's probably the single most exciting part of the variance of the sport is that the goal wall is in play, the high goal glass is in play. All those angles are possible, and it just opens up a wealth of options for scoring geometry. And it's those lovely triangle passes we know that make soccer so electric.
And the players have a very interesting relationship with that wall. It's the best friend, but sometimes on defense, it's your biggest enemy. And they can be tricky sometimes, and it really adds a speed to this game like none other. It's a completely different sport than the outdoor game for sure. But at Fútbol Rápido, watch out. That wall right there comes back to Lindquist.
Yes. As if they were trying to illustrate our exposition, which they were not, but it's just what happened. Double team. Childs brings it down. Offensive midfield. Strykers have it down 1. Brujo's banging the drums, trying to keep the energy up here Crowd of 4,375 announced at Frontwave Arena today. 43-75. Push, easy call against Chavez, and this is a free kick for San Diego. Let's see if Craig Childs can put his stamp on this game in some way. This is what, he's being pressed with the Morgan suspension into forward duty. That's not what he wants to do right now. He wants to be a sixth midfielder that focuses on free kicks like this. Cuts it. Leo and Nick, they just possess out of the free kick. Mendez make it Pacheco and Morales still out there. Childs is going to jog off now. Get another defender on. That'll be Big Ben Raymond. 3 minutes left in the third. Pacheco forward. Isaac Somo greets him. Raymond greets De La Torre. Play continues. Morales along the southern wall. Misses his cross pass, and that forces the Sockers all the way back on a simple miss. Now Morales has a little space on the right wall. I've seen him spin this. Morales gonna chase his own pass attempt into the right corner. Chavez back, heels it along the wall. Felipe Gonzalez read it. Now it's Leot front and center. Under 2.5 to play in the third quarter. Sockers down 3-2. Pereira trying to post up on the left wing. Roll instead, Morales, let it go by. Orozco kicks it off the goal wall, it spits out to Felipe. Now Leo coming forward.
Leo's going to be the key to this moment. We just saw a pass that had almost no power. Roll the distance of the box, and with nobody touching it, it's those offhanded, off-speed looks that are really going to be key in these moments. As the time rolls on, those legs are going to keep getting heavier for the Sockers.
Under 2 minutes to go. Next dead ball will get Serta out. Childs steps in and wins the ball and draws a foul in doing so. That should bring Serta out of the box. Well, maybe I read it wrong. 7 minutes? Yeah, he should be. He took that penalty at 10. It's 1:41. In fact, the penalty on Charlie was at 11:30. So now the next dead ball should let Charlie Gonzalez out. Serta should have already been out on that last one. Or maybe it didn't go out of bounds, so it wasn't. And I apologize. That's right. That's what it was. Speaking extemporaneously. So neither one, or both of them will come out of the next dead ball. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Here comes Robert Palmer forward the other way. Slide tackle of the ball. What a daring play by Felipe. And Childs is out in front! And he collides with Orozco. Going for the ball. Common foul. Play on.
Yeah, both players knew that there was going to be contact in that moment. And the big body of Pereira to Orozco. Just saw Orozco flip as contact was made.
Yow.
Sana colita de rana.
I mean, maybe De Lima will run on randomly at some point. You know, that moment in the power play almost felt like they didn't know who to come on, and Orozco was like, "I'll come on. I'm the keeper now." You see me? You see me? I'm the keeper now.
And what you're going to see in this matchup as the last minute of the third quarter comes close to expiring is a lot more contact and a lot more physicality. If you're Empire, you're going to look for those moments to frustrate the Sockers and bait them into potentially getting more cards and having an opportunity to keep this game going.
Good pressure by Ruggles, but the last touch turned out to be a foul. 35 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, I see Cerda speaking with Fernando Peña, just kind of, hey, what about that time?
Oh. No dead balls, buddy. If the ball went over the wall, that would be enough. Baby. It's a foul against. Look out. Don't do anything else stupid. You just did. You just did. And you don't have the flight as an excuse either. I'm sorry. Big brother joining little brother. Jose and Charlie now both in the box. Actually, both of them get to come out. But this will be a power play for Empire, completely unnecessary and the natural progression of escalation when you've had the previous two cards.
San Diego number 30, 2 minutes charging from behind.
And again, it's trying to find those moments, Empire, to take advantage of the lack of concentration by some of these Strykers players, and Bebe in that moment trying to get the ball back to restart quickly. There was really no outlet, no option, and you have a whole fourth quarter. It's not like it's the fourth quarter you're trying to, you know, go against the clock there. Poor decision there by Bebe.
Ruggles sends one forward. Strykers rewarded the last poor decisions with goals, and they get one here in scuzzy fashion. 3 seconds. No is the answer. Stinson comes forward, gets hung on to by Pacheco, and that's the end of the third quarter. So it'll be a minute 47 of power play for Empire to start the fourth quarter. And if they can get a goal, they can get a 2-goal lead. We should have an interesting finish ahead. Chaotic, quite possibly. Entertaining, undoubtedly, right here on MASL TV.
At Frontwave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
What if insurance, doctors, pharmacies came together and worked as one team?
If you can't get what you want, come with me.
That would be a better idea for healthcare. Kaiser Permanente.
Please, 6 call, runway 6 break, cleared on.
Parents, if we're on screens too much,
What about you? So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
to hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever.
whoa,
We can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
The third quarter Frisbee toss leaves without a winner today. You can be a winner in the game of life if you go to heart.org. In a cardiac emergency, every minute counts. Visit heart.org and learn what you can do to help become part of the nation of lifesavers. Play with Heart Month, the MASL and the American Heart Association. Could be one of those finishes that tests the cardiac for both sides. Tony, 3-2 is our score in favor of the visitors from Empire, the fresher, younger, faster, healthier team, but a club that struggles to put goals on the board. And in this game, where they have faced a sluggish, erratic, and in the third quarter, downright misguided San Diego Strykers side, 3 different players committing post-whistle carded fouls. A double yellow against Charlie Gonzalez, the player you need on the floor, the most of any player for the San Diego Strykers. Numero uno, el hombre de hombres. He sits out. Then Cesar Serra, your defensive captain, responds to an Antonio De La Torre blue card foul by kicking him on the ground for everyone to see. That turned into a major penalty, a 2+7. And just as those finally elapse, brother of Charlie, Jose Gonzalez, takes a very small foul at the whistle and pushes into the back of an Empire player right in front of the official, which in context is going to be shown a blue because you can't let this game get out of hand. So as a result, Empire, a team that is sitting just outside the playoff boundary right now, a team that knows that Baltimore earlier today beat Utica, but in a shootout. So they got 2 points. So if Empire can get a regulation win, they can gain a point on the playoff field. And now they have a minute 45 of power play to try and get a 2-goal lead over this Strykers team that started with 2 different gas tanks, all the stars of the team on a blinking red empty, and then a handful of players that were very green in terms of both their participation and their time away from the club, like Ben Raymond, like Jose Gonzalez. Fabian hit the right post. That went past Lindquist, but it went off the post and out. Minute 12 left in the power play.
And that's Fabian's favorite spot outside the box. Watch out.
Wow. Right past 2 guys. Alami stepped over it, and Reyes couldn't hit it. Halfway through the kill. Mendez, Pacheco, Cerda, and Ruggles, 4 defenders out there for San Diego. Reyes. Stinson with 45. De Leon. Even thinking further back, the other San Diego Blue was too many men on the field for a lousy change. It's just hilarious. Every gift will be accepted. Stinson, 30 seconds. Fabian, wow. Wildly high and out of bounds. And a goalkeeper distribution for Nathaniel Lindquist.
Yeah, Fabian's going to take those opportunities. Hasn't had too many to shoot from outside the box.
Lindquist has a cannon.
Right to the thigh, the large thigh of Nick Ferreira, in between 3.
Really well done for a second. Racked some time. Look out. Cerda went for the steal. Mendez is late. 2v1 break. Shot is wide. Mendez knocks it down on the rebound. De La Torre sends it back to the middle. Ruggles kicks it out with the outside of his left foot. 5 seconds left on the Bebe penalty. He's ready to come out in 3. As the ball comes to Alami on the corner and 1. Now the door opens for Bebe to come out and join the play. 13:08 left on the 4th quarter clock. 3-2 San Diego. Strykers league best PK defeats the league worst power play for the second time. Just increases those numbers as Palmer, and they didn't go 6v4 right there, by the way. Something I noted. Yeah. Cerda bends it forward, loose. Mendez trying to drag down a skipping ball out of the air. Very difficult to do. Pulled back by Empire. Forward with speed, George De Leon. De Leon just missed wide. Almost put it home. Chavez wins the steal off of Salazar, and then Ruggles takes it back. Childs trying to hold it down. He can't. Taken away from behind by Gratterall. Empire keeps the attack alive, up by 1, 3-2.
We've seen a couple of those chances where the Strykers just don't communicate when there's a man on with the person that they have with possession, and incredibly there, the Strykers are able to survive that. This game is going to go down to the most disciplined team, whether that's mentally, whether that's with the tactics. The team that's going to stay composed is the one that's going to come on top. And right now, Empire wants to go ahead and double their lead to try to liquidate this game here.
Orozco came in the second quarter. De Lima had been great. Childs heads the ball back out of the zone. Defender Craig Childs.
Can do it all.
What the Chris McVeigh is going on here. 11.5 in the 4th. Up in the air. Ruggles won that away from Fabian. Of course, the MLS season kicks off next weekend here in San Diego. STFC in Montreal. The Strykers will be in Tacoma that night. Strykers will play Tacoma the following Friday, the 27th, on Star Wars night. That'll be a fun one. That's our next broadcast. It is February 27th, and that will be the Strykers Play With Heart game, where they'll be wearing the Play With Heart armbands.
Nick gets called here for utilizing his old body to shield the ball, a little too aggressive for the referee's liking.
Here's a great run by Reyes. Pacheco was worried he was going to see. Oh, well, that was right in front of the Empire bench, and Anua Bassi is going to challenge asking for a blue card.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a couple of runners along the wall as well, and Obasi believes that was a clear attacking opportunity cut by Pacheco.
Umpire is challenging that there should be a blue card on the play. The play is under further review.
As we'll see here, just trying to break away Pacheco with a pedantic just foul, just regular tactical foul to stop the counterattack here. But the argument is whether there were enough members of the Strykers up.
Is there nothing in front of Andy? We'll let these experienced veteran officials, Rich Grady and Fernando Pena, decide. There's a little pull on the left arm. I mean, there's no question that Jesus Pacheco pulled on Reyes' left arm. Now, okay, let's see what else is going on. Is this a clear and obvious scoring opportunity? You've got Soccer's back. You've got players along the wall. Here's the answer.
To further review, there is no blue card, free kick, Empire.
Yeah. And
the Empire has lost its challenge.
This is something we've seen in fourth quarters of MASL matches, and I don't know that it's the case right now, but sometimes these are just used as timeouts.
Correct.
By teams to slow things down. But in this case, I think Anua legitimately thought he saw right in front of him a blue card. But once again, proven the officials are wearing red, and the coaches are actually on the bench and not allowed to make the calls.
Correct. Be a completely different sport if that was the case.
They can challenge, but Anua can no longer challenge. He's lost his challenge. San Diego still has their challenge. 3-2 game. Charlie. Out to Mendez. Well done. Out of the corner. Two guys around. And now look at this pass. Forward to Bebe. Bebe gets pushed off by Gratterall. Gratterall then goes down to a knee. And then Mendez stomps on the ground trying to step in on the ball. And back and forth goes Somo. And those are some of the motions you see in indoor soccer. All right there.
Yeah, great protection there by Gratterall. Not allowing two players to pick the pocket. Here, watch out. Oof, right in the hands of Lindquist.
Trying for the super pass to the header. Lindquist has been good in the air. Now, he's an outdoor keeper. Azusa Pacific is where he played after being born and raised in Africa. He's born in Uganda, raised in Kenya. Until he was 17 years old. When he was 18, they moved to San Jose. And then after, a quick stint in high school, it was off to Azusa Pacific. And now, Natty, as they call him. He's happy up in the air.
Yeah, he's had a relatively good performance, especially with the minutes that he's played in this season and the shoes he's had to fill with Boris Pardo. Unavailable. Well, he's available, but on the bench. He's
not available.
He's going to be a free kick off of a Alami handball call.
Childs. What do we have here? We have a little fakeroni, and then it's off the wall. Morales. Back to Leo, charging in, trying to set up a rocket. That just missed, and it just missed Nick's head as well. And Nick went, oh, I think I just saw a ghost. Could have killed a man. Still alive. Leo heading, running. Pacheco, Alami got there first. 9:30 left in this match. In a moment, here's San Diego's challenge flag out on the floor.
Not sure what this is going to be.
Phil signaling that he thinks someone pushed somebody.
Probably Pereira in the back.
That's a good timeout for San Diego.
Some of their best moments, saw a free kick opportunity there, a set piece that was eerily similar to last time we saw.
Diego was challenging for a penalty kick. Play is under review.
Okay.
Pereira did go to ground in the box. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough.
So this is on the shot line?
I believe on the second chance after the first initial one that hit the cross of the post. We'll see here.
By the way, shout out to the Kansas City production crew for having the, listening in. Here we have What? We don't see anything. Okay, it was earlier. I wonder if we just don't have it. Okay,
Really? There's a shove on the back, but I mean,
penalty kick? Okay, look, there's 2 hands in the back.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely 2 hands in the back. We can all agree, all of us can agree. But is that anything other than a common foul? I mean, it was not called, so I believe by getting a foul of any kind, Phil might keep his challenge?
I believe so.
But, well, let's find out what happens.
After review, number 51 Empire commits a simple pushing foul. Restart will be free kick San Diego, top of the arc.
There you go.
Very well done.
Well, you know, I'm sure the soccer signal crew might be adjusting the algorithm for when to give the penalty flag. It was a very interesting discussion in terms of, you know, when to throw it, when not to, for what. In the fourth quarter, I think you're at your broadest range. And in this case, it was never going to be a penalty kick. You can't know that watching it in real time, of course, but it is top of the arc. And that's a great chance for San Diego. There's Leo, who, the way he runs back to the bench tells me he's giving this club right now every bit of 100% of the 28 to 29% that's left in his legs. Childs into the wall, blocked by Dutra. Dutra pumped out both fists, fired up for the blocked shot. Morales. Blocked shots key for Empire in this match to be ahead. Reyes and Childs, 2 teammates for many years, do battle along the wall. The foul's on Andy. Childs says, "Oh, thank you very much," and go off the field.
Hey, defensive Childs, a new look here. I like it.
Ooh, long pass into 5 defenders by Charlie. Really a poor decision there. And Empire gets the ball back. We're under 9 minutes to play. Hard carom, too hard off the wall, gives it to San Diego. Pereira with Juancho. Juancho was running a quadruple team, met Pereira and dispossessed him. And then Juancho sees a whistle before he can pounce on a loose ball. Long forward to Fabian as the Strykers try to build on a 3-2 lead. Almost halfway through this 4th and final, potentially, quarter. If you disagree with the call tonight, you might just see it on the most controversial show in the MASL, Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich, every Friday on YouTube. There might be a couple today you could theoretically talk about. Mendez coming forward. Although, to be honest, I think they've all been fairly obvious.
Correct, yeah.
Mendez, Charlie, Felipe. At least Palmer shoving Pereira was in the run of play, you know? It wasn't after the whistle. Under 8, next out of bounds, dead ball play, penalty or goal will result in the final media timeout of the match. Dutra puts it out of bounds. And that's the media timeout. I told you. Pacheco wanted to take a restart, but Rich Grady knew better. Stay right here, folks. This one's not yet decided. Empire leading by 1 on MASL TV.
From the Pacific to the desert, our members work hard, dream big, and always fight for what's important. For over 70 years, Frontwave Credit Union has been serving those who serve and helping our members build equity and refinance with confidence. Invest in your future with a commercial real estate loan. From residential investment properties to industrial real estate, we've got you covered with 100% commitment and no excuses. Frontwave Credit Union. Dream big. We got you.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
To hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
at the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
Of a more reasonable schedule for the Sockers coming up next Saturday up at Tacoma, the following week home for a single match against Tacoma, and then the following week a Thursday against Empire, a Sunday home game against the Baltimore Blast. It's your next four for San Diego. Checking in tonight at or as the kids say, 6'7".
You're with it, Craig. And the Sockers were with it yesterday, but today it's a little bit of a indiscipline, but they can go ahead and clean it all up here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, good save, Orozco. Charlie tested him.
Very well done there by Chatterley. And I think that's going to be the key, starting to pepper Orozco's goal with shots and different sorts of looks. It's going to be a foul.
Easy foul. Calmate, amigo. 2 yellows. You got to know, any card of any sort, that's going to be an ejection for Charlie Gonzalez. Could cost him the next match. Devoy Morgan serving his automatic one-game suspension for the red card yesterday. But that play subject to the disciplinary committee's review. Let's see if there's any announcement as the week goes on.
There's still plenty of time right now, but the one thing that you cannot have is Empire scoring a goal if you're the Sockers, because they've been able to essentially keep the Sockers at bay this entire match, starting with 3-0.
Serta read the ball, couldn't bring it down, then he did, over Charlie's shoulder. Isaac Somo runs it down. He's got Charlie Gonzalez in his right hip pocket. There's 6:38 left to play, and the Sockers, who have the last 2 goals in this match, but the last goal was at 3:52 of the third. Here's Alami to his power right. He scores! Munir Alami has put the Strykers up 2 and given them a great path at all 3 points tonight.
Yeah, Munir Alami very patient in his rolling to the right-hand side, looking for a pass, looking for an option. Says, I'll just take it on myself with my right foot, and goes right past Lindquist. 4-2, doubling the lead and putting the Sockers in a very, very dangerous position to lose this match.
Them going to 6 attackers is gonna be scary. Because the guys who you want out there don't have a lot left in them, and you can see it. I mean, for this team to be scoring 2 goals tonight is pretty wild. Alan Perez gets that assist, but you saw right there, tough situation. And a well-struck goal, you know, well done. Got to a scoring angle, made it tough, had the back post.
Snell just wants to dance away and forward, but there's just no space by the good press that Empire was showing.
And normally Leo would never come off in a situation like this. He makes a quick shift and he comes right back off at half speed. You know, again, I'm sure there's people all around the country who would say, oh, excuse me. Pereira's brought down right along the goal wall. And this is where maybe that second challenge could be used by Phil. He's going to go to 6 attackers right now instead, saying that they're claiming on the bench that was 4 personal fouls. And then the announcement from the booth is that it's the 3rd foul on Palmer. So next foul on Palmer is a blue card.
So it might be something you want to attack if you're the Sockers, just that defensive stone wall that Palmer is.
Oof, Orozco picks it up with a solo hand right there. He's going to call timeout for Empire. Reminder to catch MASL Monday tomorrow night on MASL TV on YouTube and the CBS Sports Golasso Network. Alex Bastravansky and Phil Levanko joined each week by special guests from all around the league to recap the weekend's action and discuss the league's hot topics. And when we're talking about talk shows that you can find on YouTube, check out Strykers Overtime, the weekly show highlighting the San Diego Strykers and the Major Arena Soccer League, hosted by myself and Tony Sanchez, the two of us up in the booth here. We come together with you live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Wednesdays at 6 Pacific. We have live guests from the Strykers every week, recaps of every match. We look around the league. We discuss all of the hot topics in the league. Yeah, it's kind of like MASL Monday, you know, but it's our show. Very similar, very similar. Guests, but you know, they focus on 8 teams and we focus on 1, plus whoever we're facing. And then, you know, MASL News.
That's how I like it.
The most listened to segment of the show. So check them out. Monday, MASL Monday. Wednesday, Strykers Overtime. Support all the MASL content creators. Thank you, everybody. Well, 5:21. Charlie Gonzalez has a 6th attacker jersey on now on the San Diego bench. And this can either get dramatic or go from bad to worse.
Exactly. And if you're Chatterley as a 6th attacker, has a good
Leo got a big
anticipation.
steal at midfield. Can they get the quick counter? Now they're calling Lindquist off. Here comes Charlie. But Ben Raymond came off and no one came on. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Strykers. They're playing a man. No, they have 6. Okay. Now Pereira comes out and they have 6. I'm like, they were actually playing a man down. Leo, little space. Off the wall. Morales off the inside of the left post and out. Owie, owie, wowie. So many post shots out tonight.
That was an incredible shot on this angle that was provided.
Too many men. They've got 6 out there right now. That's the easiest one to call in history. Nah, Pena's already got it up. Pick up the blue. It's a 2-minute power play for San Diego as the Strykers thought they could put 6 guys on the field.
Empire penalty, 2 minutes, too many men.
We'll talk about self-inflicted wounds in a critical point in the 4th quarter. Now, you give an opportunity for the San Diego team to really take advantage of space and score quickly to try to get 1 back and tie this matchup.
That's exactly it, man. You said it, and you said it all. It's scoring, and it's trying to score in the 1st minute of the power play, trying to get that goal. We got a yellow card shown to presumably the Empire bench, but we'll find out. Just more jaw-jacking.
Yellow card, Empire, delay of game, failure to report to the penalty box.
Jeez. Failure to report. That's what I have it written in. That's a new one. All right, here we go. Super power play, 6v4. Blocked by the man at the tip of the spear. Defensively, Alan Perez. It's over to Gonzalez. Morales tried to let the ball roll in front of him, and it was taken away. And then Childs shoots, kicked away by Orozco, who celebrates every save with 2 outstretched fists. There's a minute 24 on the power play. Leo misses on a curving wide shot. Under 4 to play in the game. Strykers down 2. Keeping it moving. Leo down to Pereira in the corner. Pereira seeking space, deflected, kicked over the line.
That goes in.
It's in. It's a goal. All the hands are up. There will be a review of this play. Before I celebrate, We're going to have to
The
see it again.
call on the field is a goal. The play is under further review.
This is a referee-initiated review in the final 5 minutes.
Well, now it's a matter of seeing if there's enough evidence.
Right. Just behind the net. Hard to say. Craig thought it was. Officials thought it was.
Yeah, by the demeanor of the
Does that mean you have
players.
to have proof that it's not?
Correct. Irrefutable proof that it's
clear and obvious. But I mean, they're really just looking to see, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Right there. It could be in right there. I mean, it's a difficult perspective.
Correct.
You see the whole ball under the crossbar.
That one's not going to help. There we go. Play that one.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's in.
Okay, certainly nothing for me to indicate that the call is wrong.
As we hear the calls from down the field.
Yeah, that's going to stand. That's going to stand as a Nick Pereira goal.
What a moment there. Here's the call.
After review, the call on the field stands. Goal.
And just what the doctor ordered, on top of some suero, some hydrating serum for these Sockers, is a goal in the power play with 3:44 left in the fourth quarter. This is going to be an interesting finish.
That's his call. He gets the credit. That's his call.
Pereira should get his 9th of the year.
I'm good.
Rich's mic is still on.
What's up? Nate! 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 Hey! Nate! You just back the water bottle up for me, please?
Unprecedented water bottle placement coverage on MASL TV. You get it all.
Incredible.
No one has ever brought you this level of detail. The final 3.5 minutes about to unfold in this one. A telenovela if it's nothing else. Leo! Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness gracious! Your name is Leonardo de Oliveira, and I salute you!
Irmão Leonardo de Oliveira doing what he knows he was born to do. Be a goal scorer, but in such a fashion from the distance, in the moment, tying it up. 4-4, Leonardo.
Are you kidding me? No lo creo, no lo creo.
Muito bom, muito bem.
Tell me again about the legend of Leonardo de Oliveira, because it's not loud enough. Say it with your chest. Luis Morales, that's not the one. 3:03 to go, we're tied at 4.
All the momentum with the Sockers right now, clearly tying it in seconds, honestly, just trying to catch our breath. Can't imagine the players on the floor who have to reset and reset their minds, because there's still a lot of soccer left here in the fourth quarter.
That was insane. 4-4. And that, of course, brought to you by the Obasi system with the goalkeeper out of the net. And even to have that opportunity for a magician like El Mágico to hacer El Mágico.
I mean, you give the opportunity, and Leo's going to go ahead and take that, and it's not an easy feat to do. From that distance, right down Main Street to the goal. And now, all the energy with the Sockers.
Blocked, but coming forward is Orozco. Look out, Mendez. Got away with it. Oh, come on! Come on now! Delay of game on Orozco, but completely unnecessary, reactive in a tie match. San Diego repeatedly pulling
It's on
out the
13,
pistols.
San Diego. We have an embellishment warning on the goalkeeper.
All right, so it's a foul and an embellishment warning. And it's just a bunch of nonsense in the midst of a good time, you know?
Okay, we're
Now I
good.
got another live
I don't believe
You ready?
Mendez
You
knows
want
that
this to
he's
be-
been carded. He's still on the floor.
No, I think it was
He
just a
wasn't
foul.
carded? Okay,
it was just a
pardon.
foul. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No, the card never came out. Just didn't even bother to call it foul. But it's okay. It's all good. We've got under 2 minutes to play in regulation. Open again. Baby bangs it wide. He said, no, Charlie, his brother said, give it to me, man. Orozco was in the net that time. There's not a second magic moment, but you can imagine with your adrenaline spiking, just feeling like, I just saw that and I want a piece.
The steadiest hand and the steadiest foot is going to come out on top here.
Palmer playing on 3 fouls, remember. Double team here, danger. Palmer can't get there. Could not get there. Taken away. Chance, Fabian! Oh, there's Lindquist! We're asked for the first time tonight. A true deliverance from Nathan Lindquist.
Beautiful save, just brave, standing his position,
Can
knowing
it give
his role.
them 3 points? That save. Mendez looking, passes to nobody. Pacheco has to run off the bench to save the ball. Chaotically, we reach minute 60 live at Frontwave Arena, tied 4-4. The Sockers and Strykers. Leonardo de Oliveira, does he have something else? A quick pass, a return! Oh, it hit the inside of the left post and it came out! The cruelty of life exhibited on the soccer pitch once again. Back to Pereira. Will there be joy? Deliverance with 40 off of Orozco. Wobbled, but he stands tall. Ruggles sends it back in the middle, and we're down to the last 30. A dirty 30 for San Diego and a 4-4 tie. Leo lobbing it, looking for Pereira. The big boy Dutra's there. Pacheco ridden hard by Perez, but not out. 15. The lob's over Ruggles, but the pinball is to the southern wall. Now a scoop to an Empire touch. Leo drags it back. It's in play. There's 5 seconds. Orozco will run it out. It's going to be overtime between the Sockers and the Strykers today. And we chop 2 points, take a timeout, and we'll come back and play for the third. Magic. Sockers magic. Leo Magic, El Mágico. One of the best goals in the 12-year history of this league, considering context, game situation, placement on the floor, and the type of shot that was needed, and the way it went in. Can we please watch Leo's goal?
You know what you got, all right?
Like
Same thing, we got white and black, your call. Black is called.
Just a
it's
highlight
white.
reel of the skill.
Outside.
I love to say that I would pay any day to watch Leonardo
okay, white, kick it off
Oliveira.
this way. Good luck, guys.
Leonardo play has overtime rules, and this is the reason we're here, because of Leonardo. We'll show you that.
Are we taking a break here? No, we're staying here. Let's see it. One touch, bumped from beyond midfield.
And the way he had to do it, because Orozco wasn't far off, as well as this save here by Lindquist, the best save that he's done in his MASL career.
Absolutely. And that gets the Sockers a standings point, which, as we know, in this table of tables, that gives them 27. So now they're tied with Milwaukee right now. Milwaukee, I believe, is underway. And we'll take a moment to take a look and see what's going on there. It is 3-1 Wave right now in the third quarter at Acesso Showwear Center. So Milwaukee is looking to try and get a really big result.
Yeah.
They get that win at Tacoma. We take a look at that battle for the Shield once again. Remember, 6 of the 8 teams in the league will make the playoffs. Right now, Empire just got their 15th standing point, which matters, but they need points in 3-sized bunches to really get back into the conversation. But then out of this top 3, unless St. Louis gets into the mix, unless a Tacoma gets hot on the road down the stretch, they can enter the conversation. Certainly St. Louis should be mentioned now, but 2 can receive a bye. The other is going to be trying to win 3 series to win the Ron Newman Cup. So it's a big battle. And tonight for the Sockers, for the second straight night, 60 minutes not enough. 10 minutes are going to go up on the clock, friends. This is golden goal overtime. Sockers run left to right, Strykers right to left. 5-4 is tonight's final score. It is written. We just don't know for whom yet. If after 10 minutes there's no golden goal, we go to a shootout. 3 rounds and as long as it takes to get to a majority. Charlie and the Sockers, who just did this in Kansas City last night, but it was an opposite script. They conceded with 2 seconds left. Dyerson dives and the Sockers take the ball away. Mendez forward, Pacheco on the wing. Sockers have no path to goal right now. Charlie is outside orchestrating.
The street lights have come on and parents are saying, come on home. So we saying, gol gana. Next goal wins, golden goal.
Gol gana, I like it. Pero ¿quién ganará?
El ganador.
Sí, sí. Claro que sí. Leonardo, are you the hero? Has Eric Bergerud said your name somewhere in a frosty night in Kansas City? Backheel pass to Childs, back to Leo! Oh, let it be! But it was not. Childs heads it back. That would have been so nice. 8:37. The drums rolling for La Banda. Los Brujos.
Yeah, this is going to have to go through Leo. It seems like he's just in a different form. He's playing.
It's like he gained his buff in the 4th, you know? He looked so rough. Every time it's like Jim Brown coming back to the huddle, but then he gets that burst. Serta bursting between. Now it's his turn to tell himself that he dove. Nice run, weaving forward, George De Leon, but Chavez for the win! Wide! Ay, 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 ay. And Morales digs it out. That was as open could be, and it turned into absolutely nothing.
Yeah, Lindquist came out a little bit too much in order to go ahead and cover that angle. And with Leo.
Double, triple team coming. Leo has had enough for the time being. Charlie Galasso, another man who knows how to do it in the clutch. So does Sebastian Mendez. He scored an overtime match winner here already this year against Tacoma. Mendez. Pereiro was the guy who set him up that night. They're both on the floor right now. Ruggles in the back. Soccer's being pushed as far as this league can push a team. Back-to-back overtime games with a 4-hour double flight in between. Save by Lindquist.
And it's going to call a foul, and oh boy.
2 men down and 1 for San Diego in pain. Oh boy, this does not look good. Everyone's being asked to go to the bench. I have been unable to see. Palmer is talking to the Sockers bench on his way over there. Meanwhile, the other trainer has come out to aid what appears to be a serious medical situation right now. Let's watch. That is Charlie, who gets his legs taken out. Oh my goodness. That's one of the best players in the league, folks. It's Charlie Gonzalez. And he is in a real situation here. You can tell from the way people are reacting on the athletic trainer side that this is serious. And this is a real problem.
Yeah, Charlie in that corner. trying to defend that shot bravely, and again, putting your body on the line. We'll see here, tracking it back and getting his legs caught in immediately. You see assistance being called.
Here comes his brother. I have a feeling if we could see this closely, we wouldn't want to see it at all. Meanwhile, the officials are reviewing this play.
I mean, it seems like, you know, just the way the collision happened, if there's no intent on just hurting or fouling, it's a shot.
I mean, he is tossed into the boards, I guess, but it's a serious leg injury is what this is for Charlie Gonzalez. It's a serious leg injury. It could be the knee moving, and it could be you don't want to even speculate. It's horrible to speculate. So, yeah,
in this moment, nothing is more important than the health of the players, and who are just bravely coming in and giving it their all. We've seen
might
such
be the left knee, just based on how he held it. They're working to get the stretcher out right now here at Frontwave Arena, and in all likelihood have Charlie. They're going to bring a wheelchair out right now is what they're going to do. I don't even know if that's, well, it does have the ability to brace the legs outward. Well, again, you hate to speculate. It's just it's a very, very unfortunate situation, and not just for the Sockers. Might sound a bit trite, but for the sport and for the league. This is one of the stars of this game. This is a man who has every intention of being at TST again this year, trying to score another $1 million goal and win another, huge tournament. And now a lot of things are in question. And you can only hope and pray as he went over.
And you're right, the officiating crew is down there looking at video review for something to...
In case you think this is cruel, this is literally what the officials were watching. Now they've stopped. Charlie is being helped into the wheelchair. His entire team is coming out, save Lindquist, who's getting a little bit of warm-up, try and stay loose.
You see some of the Empire players also respectfully taking a knee and knowing that this is a colleague of the sport, and it takes a lot as Charlie's name's being chanted here at Frontwave Arena by
Charlie covering
supporters.
His face, the emotion of the moment. There's no foul, and I hate to say it, but I think that's the right call.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything other than just the danger of the sport, something that can happen. You can get your legs tangled. It can happen right by a corner board. You can get flipped over, and the worst can happen. And I hate to think, but I fear that something pretty bad has happened here for Charlie Gonzalez. And if we see him again this season, that'll be really something.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Gajes del oficio, that's what happens when you're playing such intense sports. Not even indoor soccer, outdoor soccer, just the intensity of professional sports. But unfortunately also brings moments like this in such a crucial time where, in this moment in time, the game just almost seems secondary to the health of the players, and Chadley specifically.
It can be nothing, yeah. Well, there's nothing more to say. We wish him the very, very best. He'll get the best care, and you can just only hope that something that feels one way winds up with a test that shows it wasn't as bad as you thought, or something like that. But based on the way the team gathered, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the match. The match is live. It's golden goal overtime, and one team desperately needs that win the most of all, and it's the team on the outside of the playoffs looking in, the visitors from Empire. Their team didn't just lose their best player for maybe the year. Their team is desperate to win. And the Sockers gathered as a team. They want to win it for Charlie right now. Mendez. Ruggles along a contested southern wall. Passes across that wall as Della Torre goes flying. Ruggles has it back. There's 6:24 left in overtime. Mendez lost it. Perez comes the other way. Reyes trying to set up a golden counterattack. Della Torre has plenty of time with the team changing to gather a ball. At about 4 seconds to get a loose ball there. Della Torre again. This time he's got Pacheco in his hip. It won't be that easy. Pressed into his instincts. He rolls and keeps possession. 5:50 left in the fifth and final, the overtime period. Three-line pass will give San Diego a free kick to try and win it. This comes from the yellow line.
You saw that departure from the Obasi style. You had Orozco, who was open at that halfway line. We've seen Orozco in overtime win it for Empire here. Yeah.
Jinx, let me a Coke. Giles. Time out, San Diego.
They want to draw it up. They want to speak the golden goal and work it into existence.
New for 2026, staff writer Joseph Reyna and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass in the MASL's newest show, Soccer Signal, with in-depth data analysis, comprehensive breakdowns, and exclusive interviews from coaches around the league. Don't miss Soccer Signal every other Thursday on MASL TV. Phil Salvaggio was a recent guest on Soccer Signal. He's plotting this free kick with Pacheco, Pereira, Leo, Morales, and Giles. Giles can speak at a glorious moment here for San Diego.
Some of the best minds in the sport right now in one huddle.
It's such a crazy game this game was. And I'm really trying hard not to get up on the bully pulpit for a second, but to ask a team in this league to fly commercial, play a night game in Missouri, and fly commercial to play an afternoon game the next day in San Diego, and not to expect something to happen. It's the type of travel that works great in leagues where you have chartered jets.
Yeah.
Five-star hotels and chartered jets, where they would have been back at about 10:30 last night. Giles to the corner in Pereira. Cuts it to Morales, who will now try to probe. It's back out to Giles. Nothing came of the set piece. Leo deflected out by Sudif. Sockers trailed 3-0. Got to 3-2. Empire scored in the fourth to make it 4-2. Sockers in the late minutes got 2. Pereira's looking for the winner. Couldn't drag it beach style. Now Morales shoots, blocked by Palmer. Another blocked shot for Berto. Handball called against Della Torre. Against San Diego.
Leo's asking for the challenge for a handball the other way.
It's going to go to Empire. I think you say, I don't know. I don't know if I'd do it for that. Would be a free kick in the zone. Halfway through golden goal overtime. Again, if there's no goal, we'll go to a shootout. But Orozco has scored on a pass like this to Alami. This one goes into the corner to Fabian. And a foul is called down there against the Strykers. I meant to go try and find it Tony, and I didn't. So I'll probably find it by Soccer's overtime. The last time San Diego played a shootout. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And then the actual answer to the question might be, well, yeah, Saturday was the last time they, and then the next one was Sunday. So we'll see. Plenty of time. So this is the point where, you know, even Empire feels fatigue in the 65th minute and into the 66th. Oh, a terrible random ball back. It allows a little press. It forces Lindquist out. We haven't seen him do this. Nice service.
Well done.
Lindquist sends it perfectly into the right corner for Pereira. Toth couldn't have done it better. Pardo couldn't have done it better. Leo up the middle. Nick. Leo for the win off the wall, wide right. Screaming and howling up to the surface of the...
What is Orozco doing?
Wide, and Palmer cleared it anyway.
Orozco coming out and being the defender himself.
Serta couldn't keep it loose. Off the bench, Drew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was a legal change. Made me wonder. Pereira out, Pacheco in. Under 4 minutes to play in overtime. Golden goal in effect. Perez. Can Stinson speak? Here's number 10. Lets it off to Dyerson. Here comes Orozco. This is their play. He runs up the wall and he passes back post. Not this time. The pressure was there. Gratterall dives onto the ball. Gets bailed out by Grady there.
Trying to restart quickly. The positioning was a little bit too forward.
Stinson. So dangerous if he can get loose. Somo. Scored earlier. Next goal wins. 3:18 to play. Fabian out high. Would love to get an angle and put his laces through it. Ruggles guards Stinson. One of them had a good night's sleep last night. 3 minutes to play. It's the 138th minute the Sockers have played this weekend. Perez. Serta steps up. Pacheco leaned into the wall. One thing I've noted, we've seen very little in pressure time of Juan Salazar. I don't think they trust the defense just yet to let him try and attack in a situation like this. You'd sure love that foot to be out there. Here's Leo. Similarly, we haven't seen much of Adrian Reyes late, the rookie. Shortened bench for a gassed team. It's just the nightmare fuel for Phil Salvaggio. He would have dreamed of a 7-1 win today.
But all things considered, this is one of the best and bravest performances of the San Diego Sockers team altogether.
Oh, Leo couldn't make the run. Drew thought he might. Leo just shrugged and looked at him like, what? What do you think? Here comes Stinson. There's 2 minutes left right now. 2 minutes to play. In golden goal overtime. Perez got an outlet off the bench. Alami coming in. He scored goal number 4 for Empire. Strykers living up to their great defense and low scoring reputation again tonight against a San Diego team that was there for the taking. And then shot themselves in the foot 3 different times. 4 really.
You see the respect given there to Orozco's movement moving forward. Here comes
Stinson. Ruggles sighs and gets over there with him. Back over to Reyes. 1:15. 1:15 only. Orozco is out of net. Just loitering on the wall. One steal could be the end of it for them.
There it is.
Pacheco up in the air. Mendez couldn't bring it down. Mendez trying to run along the wall. He got hit. He has to come off. He took discomfort there. Morales comes on. We're into minute 70. Live at Frontwave Arena. Golden goal overtime with a shootout to follow. Unless San Diego finds one more dose of Soccer's magic. El Mágico is on the ball. 40 seconds. Serta. Spinning ball won by Gratterall. Here they come. This is their chance for glory. Isaac Somo up the wall. Rebound goal! Munir Alami for the second time this year sends the Sockers fans home with the sour taste of defeat lingering on their lips as he taps in the overtime winner at 9:32 of OT.
And the Strykers getting it done along the wall, knowing that the matchup was just not there. Leonardo on the back end trying to defend that ball, but there was just nothing left in the tank. And Alami, just a routine play to get it in for the golden goal and the victory tonight. You're asking a lot from where there was very little in terms of energy and legs left.
Isaac Somo gets the assist. Alami gets the goal. Empire gets the second point tonight. They move up to 6-9 and 16 points. San Diego now 9-4-2 and 27 points. And the happiest of all, Munir Alami downstairs with our Nick Ferrara. Take it away.
It's time for our MASL player of the game, Munir Alami. Let's talk about it. It was a back and forth battle the entire night. The Strykers held the lead for the entire game, but there was a point when you let the San Diego Sockers back into the game, but with your overtime goal, you're able to secure the victory. Talk about the battle here tonight at Frontwave Arena.
Yeah, I mean, it was a back and forth game, and San Diego is a really good team. Like we've been working really hard for it, and we did give them some momentum to get back in the game, and great fight.
And let's talk about the facts. There's no love lost between both of these teams. In fact, the crosstown rivals are always expecting a big, physical, highly desirable battle on the field here tonight, and that's exactly what happened. Your team coming in with 3 consecutive losses. This is a huge one for you to pick up a victory and hopefully get some momentum. The Sockers on the other side of that had 4 consecutive victories coming in tonight. How important was it with you and your team to come in here at Frontwave Arena and take this one?
I mean, we came here like for a win. So the win for today is going to help us for tomorrow's game, and we still have 2 more games in the same week. So hopefully we can get them done too.
All right, Munir, congratulations on the win with you and your Strykers. You've watched the MSL right here in San Diego from Frontwave Arena.
Thank you so much, Nick. And with the gentle touch of Munir Alami, maybe a friendship has blossomed in addition to an interview. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap up a wild one here from Frontwave Arena. 5-4. Empire wins in golden goal on MASL TV.
There's regular cold, and then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
At Frontwave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Not medically necessary. Out of network. Request denied. Referral denied. Claim denied. Denied.
What if insurance, doctors, pharmacies came together and worked as one team?
If you can't get what you want, come with me.
That would be a better idea for healthcare. Kaiser Permanente.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
To hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them,
Get real close to them.
and every visit helps the animals. But that screen around can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
At the San Diego Zoo Safari Park.
With 6 miles, runway 26 right, cleared on.
Back-to-back epics for the Sockers. They pull out a win on the road at Cable Dahmer Arena last night in an overtime shootout, 7-6. And then tonight, rally from 2 goals down in the fourth to tie it dramatically, only to concede in the final 30 seconds of overtime and fall to Empire 5-4. Season series now 3-2 in favor of the Strykers. Sockers following to 2-1 and 2 against Empire. Let's show you the second half goals from this one, and that's where most of the goals were scored. It was 2-0 Empire at the half, an incredibly sluggish first half for San Diego, which was understandable considering they just got back from Kansas City. Charlie Gonzalez got things going for San Diego after falling behind 3-0, and then Juan Salazar, perfect wall pass to Jesus Pacheco, 3-2 San Diego. This one on review confirmed. Nick Pereira bent it in. Cleared by Palmer too late, and then the magic goal by Leonardo from beyond midfield to beat Orozco with pace, with savagery, with brilliance. Here was Fabian's chance to win it. Nathaniel Lindquist with a big save, earning a point for his team, and then the winning play. You just see an exhausted Sockers team. Somo unable to mark Alami there. Those were all players on the field at that moment who had played in their that was actually their 140th minute of competitive play in a 26-hour period. And Empire needed to win this game, Tony. They really did. In every sense, they needed to win this game. They needed it for the standings, but they needed it because they're never going to get a better chance. And as long as these types of terrible back-to-backs exist, and by the way, Milwaukee, they're playing tonight. They're winning right now in the fourth quarter at Tacoma, but they will fly to Ontario tomorrow, and they will play Empire tomorrow night. So the Wave have the travel play conundrum today, and we'll see how that works out for them tomorrow. What had happened for San Diego tonight, overshadowing the result completely, is the loss of Charlie Gonzalez to a major leg injury. We'll probably find out more detail, and we probably won't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, I mean, this San Diego Sockers who played with their heart, and you can definitely tell that they put everything into this matchup. And at the end of the day, if you take this weekend away, 3 points out of these 2 matches, they did it, but maybe not in the most conventional way.
Right.
But at the end of the day, this was one that seemed like it was right there, but Onua Obasi's men were able to come in the last 30 seconds and take care of business here at home, and that keeps them alive. They had more to play for, like you said, Craig, and there's still a lot of season left. This can be a turning point for them moving forward.
That's going to do it for tonight's broadcast, which, thanks to the overtime injury, went even extra long. Want to say thanks to Nick Ferrara down on the field and our entire Emoda broadcast crew. For Tony Sanchez, I'm Craig Elston, reminding you once again, in Golden Goal overtime, it was Empire pulling out the win and taking 2 points. San Diego gets 1 standing point tonight. 5-4, your final score. We will talk to you on the 27th for Star Wars Night against Tacoma. Until then, so long from Oceanside.
At Frontwave Credit Union, we're all in on you. You're not just a number, you're a member. And we're putting $350 behind what we believe in. Get started today. Dream big. We got you.
Is it normal to sweat this much? This is awful. This is a mean sweat. Quit looking at me, Susan. When was the last time I ate something planted? It's not that I don't like vegetables. Doctor, I said stuff. I can't pay for a nutritionist. Why is this always such a whole big thing?
With nutrition counseling included, staying on top of your health doesn't have to be a whole big thing. Kaiser Permanente. Healthcare that just works.
Please signal, runway 6 right, clear to land.
Parents, if we're on screens too much, what about you?
So let's ditch them and go outside on safari
To hang with the coolest,
kookiest, tallest animals ever. Whoa! We can hop with them.
Get real close to them.
And every visit helps the animals. But that screen you're on can't do it justice. So let's get out here and join the herd
at the San Diego Zoo Safari